up, everybody? I'm Sal Klein. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reggie Steele.
And welcome to Spitballin. You guys don't know this, but every week in the middle of a conversation, mid-sentence, all I hear is Zoom is now recording. I go, God, this dude.
I mean, folks, Reggie will just talk all day. And I was like, you could talk on the pod and just record it while it's happening. But I was asking him about, and I'm curious because a few weeks or whatever ago, Reggie, no, actually, it's probably last year, but you were all talking about Doctor Doom, and we got into Doctor Doom versus Darth Vader. And then everybody was like, oh, Vader. But then all the comic book dorks, especially in TikTok world, would be like, Doom, you guys don't know what he could do in the comic books. Shut the fuck. All right, anyway.
Hey, dude.
So
that's all I'm saying. The comic books, Doom is a mofo.
Well, we're just saying the comments. We talk about movies, man. We watching movies.
What you talking? It's an entertainment platform.
Yeah,
both of them are not real.
But one is watched way more. One has way more views. But anyway, the point is, we haven't heard Reggie's opinion on when the whole Marvel world got turned on its head last month when they announced Robert Downey Jr. to play Doctor Doom. Iron Man playing Doctor Doom. So how do you feel about that, Reggie? The comic book world, a lot of them are not happy. They're like, what? We already know this guy.
I know. It's a little disappointing because let's just be honest, man. Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr. did an amazing job of, being Iron Man, Tony Stark, right? He's an iconic figure. And we watched him die, right? We watched him die, and that was the end of Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man in the world of comic books as we know it. Now, with his multi-dimensions and alternate universes and different planets and stuff, then, you could arguably say that in another world, Tony Stark didn't become Iron Man. He went the other way and became Doom, which I don't know if that's the route they're taking, but
that's what I suggested to you, that's what they're going to do, because he's too known. He's too well known the way he looks.
So
if you're going to keep it in the same universe, whatever.
Yeah,
and I hate all these multiverses, by the way. There's too many, all these little open doors now. You just go in and it's a whole new thing. It's just like, it's just silliness now.
I kind of like it. I like it.
It hurts story, I feel.
No, see, I don't necessarily think it hurts the story. I like it because we've always asked the question of what happens, and this is stepping away from Marvel, but going into DC, but what happens if Superman landed on Earth and he was found by,
the Russians? Yeah, no, there's cool stories like that. There is a whole comic book on that. That's cool, and I get that. But see, that is like one thing. Like, we're in that world the whole time, where now it's just jumping around to multiple places. It could be done. Everyone does it now, though. It's in everything now.
It's always been done in the sense of, look, in the Spider-Man comic books, you have you have the Amazing Spider-Man, you have the Spectacular Spider-Man, you have then you have
different books, different authors, and now I see what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. And so the way they justify that is that this Spider-Man is from a different dimension.
It was cool how they handled it in the third Spider-Man with that was cool. Well, they brought Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back, and
that was
cool. But now it's kind of like, now everyone's trying to top it. Like, well, how much more can I get? Well, I could get Wesley Snipes to show back up.
Well, I think it's a way of like, the Wesley Snipes thing, that's actually pretty interesting. Well, no, not even just that. I like it because it allows you to have that opportunity, right? Like to have that chance where we saw Tobey Maguire. And we were super excited about him as Spider-Man, right? He kind of ages out a little bit, and then all of a sudden there's Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
This anchor thing, where the anchor, that's shit stupid, dude. Where an anchor is whoever's the important person of that universe at the time, and each superhero was an anchor to. Oh, what is going on, dude?
Dude, you mean to tell me in Spider-Man Miles Morales, like And those when they were talking about
I
in
mean, I
that
saw the
particular.
first one. I didn't see the second one.
Oh, dude, you gotta see. Okay, we can't even talk about it then, because you gotta see the second one.
I mean, it
The
wasn't the
second,
first one that introduced all this in the beginning. Yeah, I think that's what started it
yeah.
all,
Well, I don't know
which
if
was
it
cool the
started
way they
all.
handled it the
I
first
don't know
in
if
the
that was the
beginning.
first one that started it all, but I do
What
know
was it
that,
called? Multiverse?
yeah, Spider-Man and Multiverse or something
Yeah.
like that. Um, but I will say this: you have to watch Spider-Man Miles Morales, Enter the Multiverse or whatever it is, and you see how it works as far as like the different Spider-Man from different places. But back to the original story, back to the original question. Um, Seeing Tony Stark as Doom, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. It's like kind of annoying because you see him and you think Iron Man because that's
Yeah.
what he's been.
Yeah.
We saw, and Iron Man was a jump off of the real Marvel
Right.
universe, and it was a
Right.
phenomenal movie. Then Marvel, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, and then all the Avenger movies, and then the, Infinity War, and then Endgame. Like we've seen him play this role of Iron Man spectacularly for a long time, and then all of a sudden, and he dies and then he comes back as Doom. Now, I love the introduction of Doom because Doom is next level. I mean, Doom.
I mean, you think they should have given another actor a shot?
Well, I think visually, yes. Part of me visually says yes. I wish I've seen somebody else playing Doom, but at the same time, there is a little part of me of like, oh, alternate universe. Tony Stark, as smart as Tony Stark is, right?
So he has to
As
still be Tony Stark, right?
he's still Tony Stark, but instead of trying to defend the world, he's like, yo, I'm smart enough to take this mofo
But
over.
wasn't Doom's name? What's his human name?
Well, he and Reed Richards used to work together in a lab. What's his
Doc,
human?
Doctor Doomanisk, Doom Man.
I don't
You
know. You gotta look it up.
don't
Look it
know?
up.
What kind of fan are
I
you?
don't know. I mean, I wasn't necessarily a Doom fan. Doom
So
just
I'm
showed up.
saying,
No,
if
no, hold
that's
up.
his, he's got to
No,
be
hold up.
that guy.
Well, hold up. I gotta tell you, I was a Thor fan. So I read the Thor books. I read the one by Michael Straczynski,
And
Thor,
then he
which
get beat
was
up by Doom, and then you're like, "Ooh, now I'm a Doom fan."
no, 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 no. It wasn't that he got beat up by Doom. In that storyline, Doom, who's from Latveria, or who's in Latveria, he wanted to figure out what made the gods gods, what gave them their
Mm.
immortality. And so in this particular storyline, he captured a couple lower level gods and he did a vivisection. And you know what that is?
I don't know, some kind
Vivisection
of
is
surgery.
yeah, vivisection is when you actually enter a person or you do surgery with the person conscious. So he didn't kill him and figure it out. He basically went inside them, and the way it's written in the comic books, man, it's very graphic, but these guys are laid out and he opens them up and but they're not dead though because they're gods, they're immortal. And what he discovered was that when he took the heart out, and once he took the heart out, then you would see the gods die, right? But if he brought the heart close to them and he put it close to their chest and back like close to their bodies, then they would start to regain consciousness again. So
Sounds amazing. Can't wait to see it in the theater.
oh dude, they're not gonna let him do that in the theaters, right? They're not gonna do that in the movies. A vivisection. What I'm saying, because then he was like, okay, so this is the thing. So he was like, well, how do I harness this power? Like, how do I create this so that I can become a god, right? In a certain way. Dude, Doom is, and he's got it's magic and it's
Here
a
it
whole
says his
thing.
name is Dr. Victor Werner von
Oh,
Doom.
Victor Von Doom, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
see, people were mad too because he is from what, Eastern European or whatever, and they thought this would have been an opportunity to give someone from there a shot in acting. Well, it's a fictional country that they
Yeah,
make
Latveria
up
is
where
not
he's
real.
from. But I mean, isn't he supposed to be like from somewhere over there? I don't know. It's not real.
Yeah. Latveria is not real.
But where's it take? Yeah, but it's Eastern European. Oh, yeah, here it is. It's supposed to be near Romania, Hungary, Croatia, and Serbia. So they could have got a Romanian guy to play it.
Well, no, because if think about it, if you get think about how sensitive people are. If you actually come up with a real company, a real country, or you use a real country, and then you say this person is from this place and he's the worst person ever in the whole wide world, then people are gonna be like, "Hey, you're trying to say that my country and my people are
Well, I
bad
mean,
people." So
they
you got
got
to make the villains got
toys
to come
that.
from fictional places, man. right? The heroes can come from Brooklyn and from Harlem, and you know what I'm saying? Like they can come from real cities, but the villains got to come from somewhere that's not real.
Well, this
Because
says Favreau said Downey Jr. almost played Doctor Doom in 2005's Fantastic Four before being cast as Iron Man.
mm.
That's interesting.
Well, okay, since we're here now and Iron Man is the guy, I mean Tony Stark is the guy. Tony Stark is Robert Downey Jr. is a phenomenal actor, and so he will do a great job. And I'm sure that I
Yeah.
will eventually stop seeing him as Iron Man and see him as Doom, and that's what it'll become.
Maybe he'll
It's
do it
almost
like he'll come in like dressed up like he did in Tropic Thunder, and then like he'll totally look different. And we're like,
I don't think
Victor Von Doom, what happened to you?
yeah, I don't think they're gonna come with the blackface for Doom. But
Instead
yo,
of the
man,
silver.
it's like, see, this is the problem with being a phenomenal actor is that you get picked to do stuff, but when you're really good and you do iconic roles, it's hard to see you as something else. Like, I think that's probably been the issue with me and
Well, we've seen him
with
in like
Denzel
10
sometimes.
movies of it though. He's playing the same character in so many movies already now
Yeah,
of Iron
yeah,
Man. There's
yeah,
been
that's true.
millions.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Um,
it's made a lot of money
what
playing
kind
Iron
of brought
Man.
this up? I wanted to show Reggie. So, like the very first superhero movie, I mean, I guess for us as children would have been Christopher Reeves Superman. Like for movie wise, like I mean, I remember that was like one of the first superhero movies that I'd see because we didn't have
Yeah,
a Spider-Man movie. Batman wasn't until '89 with Tim Burton. So
right.
like that shit. I mean, for 10 years there was nothing in the '80s.
Well, no, again, remember there was never a movie, but we always had the Superman TV show that I saw that was black and white. That was way back. I'd
I
seen
remember
the
watching The Incredible Hulk with Lou Ferrigno on
I saw the
TV.
Incredible Hulk. I also saw Batman, the TV show of Batman.
Yeah, but that was older. That was corny.
No, no,
I'm
that's what
talking
I'm
about in
saying.
this time though.
Okay, but I'm saying that we had seen the heroes on
Yeah.
a television basis, not
That's
movies.
why Tim Burton's Batman looked so dark because all we knew was Adam West's. And so,
Yes, yes,
we weren't
yes,
ready for, the
and
Twilight
he
guy
was fun.
Batman yet.
Hey, dude, I used to love Adam West's Batman. He's like,
I mean, it
well,
is corny
we
though. You
must
see,
discover what's happening. Like he was a real
it was meant to be
detective.
corny, but good Lord.
Yeah. And I remember seeing there was a Spider-Man and walking up the
Oh, on
walls.
the rope. That was a TV show. I think it only lasted a year. Like you never see that. I never did
Yeah.
see that.
What about
Yeah.
and this isn't Marvel or DC,
That
but
was another thing. They didn't have the effects yet back then.
they didn't have the effects. What about the Greatest American Hero? Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could be so free.
That's a hero?
Flying along on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? You don't know this?
Believe it or
Believe it or
not.
not, it's just me, right?
What was that? A sitcom?
That was it was not a sitcom, but it was a an evening show that was the Greatest American Hero. He was like a little hero, a little superhero.
I
Man,
don't
look
know
that up
this.
for our
All right,
viewers,
I'm
for the
looking it
people who
up.
just heard me sing that, and inside you were like, on a wing and a prayer.
I mean, I
That's what
know
I'm talking
that
about.
oh yeah, it says 81, Greatest American Hero. Yeah, I never watched this shit.
So I was 7. I was born in
Yeah, I was
74.
too young for this.
You're too young, but I used to watch that, and that was
It
fun.
was only on 3 years.
I mean, that's all.
A
That's all
teacher
you
is asked
needed.
to be a superhero using a special alien suit with powers he can barely understand or control.
Yeah.
That is funny.
So yeah, that was a TV show. I used
See
to watch
what
that as a
my
kid.
mine was the A Team. That's what I watched. My hero was B.A. Baracus.
Well, I watched the A Team too, right?
And
But
Dukes of Hazzard. You want Dukes of
and
Hazzard?
of course, I watched Dukes of Hazzard, Boss Hogg, and Roscoe P. Coltrane, right?
And remember his
And
dog?
Daisy Duke and her Daisy Dukes.
What was
Um,
Roscoe's dog's name?
um, Roscoe's dog name was
Go, 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 go.
I don't know. I
Get
know you
them
had
new boys. Flash. Come on, let's get them new
oh
boys.
Flash. That's funny. But those
He
guys
was
aren't
a
heroes. The A
bloodhound.
Team is not heroes. They're a bunch of veterans who are holding on to old
They were
dreams.
heroes. But yeah, the A Team were
Yeah,
heroes.
but they were military heroes. They didn't have powers,
Oh,
right?
they had
They were skilled. They were
AK-47
skilled.
powers.
Yeah, they had skills. Um, and the Dukes of Hazzard. You look back at the Dukes of Hazzard for me now, and I go, I don't know about that Confederate flag in the
Yeah.
South. There's no black people,
I
right?
remember thinking it was cool looking as a kid. I'm like, ooh, that's a cool looking flag.
Well, yeah, and the card flying
No,
through
there
the
was a
air.
black guy. There was the remember the sheriff from the other town, and like he wasn't allowed to cross the county line. I remember Kevin Monroe had a joke about it, like, "Dad, they done crossed the county line." And I
Oh,
remember one
that's
time he kicked
right.
a car, and he was so strong that the car like turned.
That's funny. Now that one's okay because I understand the fact that it's like you don't have jurisdiction in another county, right? As a police officer or a
Yeah, but there's no way
sheriff.
that would happen in real life. Like they're driving and then like, oh, they cross and come in the county
Oh, no,
line,
no,
better hit
no.
the brake.
No, that happens.
You can't commit a crime in one town, and once you cross the county line, they stop chasing you.
Well, not the county line. I put it like this. When my car was stolen and I found it on in Orinda, I contacted the Orinda police and they went looking for it. And when I told them where it was, I said, "Oh, it's by the Orinda BART station." They went out there, they said, "We can't find it." And I refreshed my app and it said, "Oh, the car is now, it went through the tunnel. It went through the Caldecott tunnel and now it's heading toward Oakland." And he was like, "Okay, you got to call Oakland PD because we can't pursue it
Mm,
into
that's
Oakland."
whack.
And
Like,
that's and so then I called Oakland PD because when I call this is what happened. I called Oakland PD and was like, "Hey, my car was stolen on this day and I just found it. I found the app. On my app. I figured out where my car is." And they go, "Where is it?" And I said, "It's in Orinda by the Orinda BART station." They said, "Okay, well, you got to call the Orinda police
oh,
because
and
we
then he
can't go
did,
there."
and then he moved it, and then
And then they moved, yeah,
did
and
they
then
finally catch him?
yeah, they called him, but they didn't catch them. They found my car.
Mm.
And I kept having to refresh the app, and it was like the car was in one place, and then I told them where it was. They went there. The car had moved to another place,
You
and
still
then I
have
told
it?
them, "Yes, sir, yes,
Okay.
sir." Got my car stolen. Got my car back. So
All right, but I wanted to show Reggie
okay,
this picture from Superman 2. And so like, back then we didn't have they didn't have a bunch of money in these studios. So you had to take whatever you can. So if a cigarette company was like, "Hey, advertise us in the new superhero movie,"
oh
he's
boy.
like, "Not a problem."
When they didn't know the real effects of smoking at that time either. You gotta
I mean, in
remember.
1978,
Oh
79, I think they
wow,
did. So
Marlboro.
here's Superman throwing Zod into a Marlboro truck.
Wow, and that's a huge Marlboro truck too. There's
Oh
no
yeah,
denying that.
it got plenty of shots in.
Holy cow, ain't that some stuff?
Yeah, you'll never see that anymore.
No, that's a wrap. Especially all the people who died from lung cancer. It's like, yo, there's
Yeah,
no
man,
way.
no.
There's no way. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because we were talking about how I just saw a thing recently or a stat that said that cigarette smoking in the United States is down 80%,
That
right?
sounds insane. From what, the 50s?
Well, from whatever time, I guess when, the push against smoking cigarettes, right? Like once they discovered what it was and the industry had to pay and all the labeling. But the thing is that cigarette smoking is down, but vaping is up, right?
Oh,
Because
that's
vape,
okay. So yeah, that
right?
they're
So
making up for it.
they're making up for it. They're like, okay, well, we can't give you fire, right? So we're going to give you water, right? Um, but and everyone's like, oh, this is a great alternative to smoking. It's a great way to stop smoking, and you don't have to worry about the nicotine addiction. But with the vaping, it's worse because it's not just the nicotine, and it's like you get the same carcinogens, but you're also putting water vapor in your lungs and all the chemicals from the scents, from the smells, right? Which are all
Yeah,
bad.
that
So
flavored stuff isn't good.
the flavored stuff. I'm telling everybody right now, if you're listening to me, if you hear this, anything that has an aroma or a fragrance, I don't care if it's Febreze, a Glade air freshener, or vaping with whatever it is,
So what do you
anything that
use? You just have a stinky house?
no, man, you open a window or something. I don't have a
You open
stinky
a window,
What do
it's
you mean? Wait,
stinky.
wait, wait. A stinky house? What?
Yeah.
How are you living that your house is stinky, bro? Open up some
Febreze
windows
it.
and get some fresh air. No, dude, I'm telling you right now, all those fragrances are all bad.
I mean, I don't
They've
have
been,
that.
dude, I was gonna say they've been proven to cause cancer, like upper respiratory cancer. They
Mm.
say that any of those little Glade plug-ins that pump
Oh
fragrance
yeah,
into the
yeah,
air,
yeah, yeah.
you breathe that stuff in, your body's not designed to breathe that,
I
right?
hate when they do that on Kleenex and then you get it up in your nose.
Yeah, all that stuff. So here we go. So I looked up side effects of vaping, all right? And basically causes respiratory issues. Vaping can cause coughing, shortness of breath, and chest pain. These symptoms can be caused by vaping-related respiratory illness or by the fatigue from coughing. Mouth and throat issues. Vaping can cause dry mouth, throat irritation, mouth pain. The chemicals in the smoke can dehydrate the gums, which can lead to plaque buildup and cavities. Headaches and dizziness. Vaping can cause headaches and dizziness. Nausea and vomiting. Heart issues. Vaping can cause heart palpitations due to the nicotine increasing adrenaline levels, which can increase heart rate and blood pressure. Burns or injuries. Vaping can cause burns or injuries in the if the vape overheats and explodes. Seizures. Inhaling too much nicotine or swallowing e-liquid can cause seizures. Addiction. Vaping can lead to nicotine dependency. Um, yeah, and it's all bad. And what sucks about vaping
Mm,
is that they so the tobacco industry, they were like, okay, we have to put labels and we can't smoke. We tell people that it can cause lung cancer, it can kill you, whatever, birth defects. So they stopped targeting adults, and then they brought out the vapes, and then they start targeting
mm,
young people. The people
yeah,
who smoke, who vape the most, are all young people who are that still have developing bodies,
right.
right? And they're vaping at an alarming rate. It's
Yeah,
crazy. And it's all bad.
yeah.
And the water particles that go into your lungs are not designed for water, folks. Right? If you get water in your lungs, you drown. Right? So it's like no vaping. Cut that shit out. That's it.
Have you seen those remember those old Superman movies? Like remember when they had Richard Pryor #3, and then do you
Oh
remember
yeah.
the fourth one? The fourth one was horrible.
What was the fourth one called?
Like some sun guy that like
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Solar. He was
Lex
like a
Luthor.
solar guy in the black and yellow, right?
Yeah, he's so terrible.
Yeah, the solar. Well, I mean, because Superman was powered by the sun. He was only Superman because we had a yellow sun, or we have a yellow sun. Versus
Hmm.
Krypton has a red sun, where on Krypton, he's just a regular dude because the sun is red. No special powers. He's just a
So it's
regular
just
ass
our
dude.
son. So yeah, I
He's
don't know how
just
the
our
solar
sun.
guy, and I forget. So he was in like Superman put him in an elevator or something, and then pulled it out of the building and threw him onto the moon. But then the sun shined over the moon, and then he opened, got back out, and then they fought. And I don't know. I think he shoved him into the moon, or I forget how he killed him at the end.
That's
It was
funny.
so bad though, dude.
Yes,
That's right. Gene Hackman was, yeah, he was
Gene
Lex Luthor.
Hackman. Oh, he was. I love Gene Hackman.
Okay, so then here's a question. What's the best Superman movie out of all of them from back then to now?
I
Now
mean,
let's see. You got the four Christopher Reeves. You got the one when they brought him back in the 2000s. I don't
I
even
thought that
remember
was
the.
good with the kid
I
and the
kind of like that
piano.
one. I like that. Yeah, the kid in the piano, and I liked. The best part about that one was I loved the plane when he stopped the plane from crashing into, and then it lands into the stadium. Um, yeah, it was different, and
Yeah,
I actually like Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. He was kind of cool.
yeah, he was. He was really good. I would say that one and probably the first one with Henry Cavill as Superman.
See, I didn't like that one. I liked Superman versus Batman more.
What?
Batman versus Superman, that one.
With Ben Affleck as Batman?
Yeah, dude, and he almost kills him.
Wait, hold on. And he's got the kryptonite spear and he's
Yeah,
about to
dude.
kill him. And
Because what's that was a Frank.
He's like, tell Diana, who's Diana?
Yeah, yeah.
That's my mom. My
Well,
mom's
they're
name's
both
Diana.
Batman.
My mother's name's Diana. Oh, wait, hold up. You have a mother? You're someone's child? Oh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Well, that's what I liked about it, is I mean, I like Jesse Eisenberg's Luther and the way he set them all up in the courthouse and she sees that jar of piss.
yeah.
That was
Okay.
pretty cool. And then that whole thing, it was a Frank Miller comic of the Dark Knight returning, where
Hmm.
he tries to take out Superman because he could be a threat. So that whole thing where he lands and he has kryptonite shit hitting him from the side and all that, like that was all in the comic. So
Okay.
like that was kind of dope how he fought him like that. And I really kind of
So
dug that.
so for you it was more like not nostalgia, but you because I know you love
I
that
get what they were
series.
doing. I
Yeah.
get what they're doing and they're paying their respects to it. Like I thought it was way better than Justice League. Like then if you watch Justice League and you're like, eh. I
Okay.
mean,
So
of all those, I mean, I really like the first Wonder Woman. But if we're going to Superman, I mean,
oh,
honestly, the best Superman, and if I'd have to say of all of them, it'd have to be Superman 2 with Christopher Reed and Zod and all that.
that one was really good. Yeah. Coming from
Because the
the
original one, yeah, the first Henry Cavill one, there's Zod again, but it's just different. And then he kills him in the end, and it's
well,
just
okay,
different.
so that one for me. Okay, so the second Superman with Christopher Reeves, that was really good. Don't get it twisted. Because we got to see some people from his
His
homeland,
powers,
right?
yeah.
With his
Now there was
powers.
dumb shit like when that big guy's gonna attack him in his little ice planet and he throws a big S on him.
Yes, I never seen that before. That was new. Um,
That was
but
stupid.
well, you got to do something, man. It's just three against one, right? And then he basically reversed the polarity of his
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
and
yeah,
switched their
yeah. I mean,
powers, whatever.
that was kind of dumb that he even got rid of his powers, but was that so he could have sex, I guess? Because he probably can't have
Yeah,
sex with his powers. But
dude, he liked Lois Lane, man. Don't fault that man for wanting love. He was like, forget this, I want love. But the one with Henry Cavill and Zod, that one, when we see them trying to create the gravity on Earth that exists on Krypton, right? With the machine, it's like right, is doing this. And Zod is hell bent. He's like, when he goes on his rant about, this is what I was designed to do. This is what I was coded to do. My job was to recreate Krypton, and that's what I'm going to do. These people are inconsequential to me. Like, I have everything that it takes to create my planet, and he was focused. And so here you have Superman, who's like, I've been on this planet. I know these people, but also these people are from my home planet. Now, maybe, obviously there's no relationship there, but there is something about having something similar or familiar, right? But that was the first time for me because I remember watching that in the theaters. And when Zod was like, he's like, I'm not gonna stop. I will never stop. You'll have to kill me. I'm not gonna stop. And Superman, and they're flying through the city and they're destroying buildings and hitting each other and the whole thing. And Superman finally has him. And he's even when Superman has him, he's like, I'm not going to stop. And there's that family, and he's got his laser vision, and he's like,
all right, right, that's right. He was
and
gonna kill him.
he's like, dude, I'm not stopping. I am genetically predisposed to
So,
recreating Krypton. So when Superman finally is like, no, Zod, and he's like, and he's about to get these people, and he's like, don't do it, don't do it. I will never stop. And he killed him. That was the first time I ever seen Superman kill somebody.
right.
Right.
So you think that is better
Oh, dude, for me,
than
like I
Superman
should have
2?
tear. I should have tear because for me, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't laugh if you want to, but for me, it was Superman has always been, and this is the issue that people have had with Superman is that he's always been the ultimate Boy Scout. He's
Yeah.
always been the nicest guy. He's the most powerful guy on this planet. He's the closest thing to a god in DC comic books, right? On Earth. He is a god. And he's always been, nope, I don't hurt anybody, I don't kill people, I'm saving everybody. I go to extreme measures to make sure I save everybody all the time. And for him to finally kill somebody and it be someone from his hometown, right? From his planet. To watch him kill that dude, it was like watching Innocence Lost, bro. It was like watching the end of
But
something pure.
couldn't he just instead of breaking his neck, couldn't he just do this and throw a giant S on him? Just look like Saran wrap.
We must combine our strength.
He can only do that at that place, though. He can only do that in the ice place.
Really, the S only comes off there?
Well, that's the only place he ever did it. That's the only time he ever did it. So because it's safe to assume he can only do it in the ice place. Right.
Oh man! So that's your number one. You're gonna put that one over all of the others because it made you
I
shed a
mean,
tear because he killed Zod.
well, not because he kills Zod. I think it was a really good movie. I thought it was a really good movie, but I thought it had a great storyline, and Superman actually
And
got
I didn't even
challenged.
I didn't like
Dude, he got challenged emotionally. He got
because
challenged.
that's the one where his dad dies in the tornado.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
that's
how is his dad gonna die
Kevin
in a tornado?
Costner.
He's Superman.
Kevin Costner, and the tornado's coming, and he's about to go save him, and he goes like this.
Corny dog.
He's like,
It's just
he's like, he's like, don't do it. I
I
don't
can't
want
believe
them
you're
to
gonna put that
know,
over Superman too.
dude. He's like, I don't want them. He's willing to sacrifice himself to maintain his son's anonymity. He's like, don't do it, son. I know you can save me, but then they'll know who you are, right? So, and it's like, oh. It's like, dude, you could have used super speed, and then people are like, wait, what just happened? It'd be like the Flash, right? The Flash could do it, and it's like he's there 1 second, and then he's gone, and you kind of go, "Wait, what happened?" And you say, "I guess the winds blew him over here, and we didn't see it." He could have saved him, but he couldn't. He could have saved him, but he couldn't save him because in every comic book, in order for the superhero to have that thing that pushes him and keeps him going, he has to suffer some great loss. There's got to be an Uncle Ben, right? There's got to be an Uncle Ben. There's got to be your planet being completely destroyed and they send you off in a pod, right? And you don't know who your family is or where you're from, right? There's always Bambi. You got to lose your mom, right? And Up, you got to lose your wife. You got to try to have kids and you can't have kids. And then you get old and she dies and you're left alone, right? Like, and Lion King, you gotta not listen to your dad and go to the place you're not supposed to, and then your dad's brother kills and your uncle kills your dad, and then you get lost and you grow up and you become the new king, right? Like, there's got to be some great loss. So for Superman, it had to be losing his dad when he could have saved him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We already know he lost his dad, the Godfather in the Christopher Reeve one. So, well, Marlon
Wait, what?
Brando was his dad. So,
Yeah, in the first, yeah, son.
you got that black
Yes.
and white, that's silver.
Yeah.
There's this other Zod one I'm trying to find. I can't find. What's the place called where his ice planet? What's that called? Is Fortress of Solitude? Is that what it is?
I'm not sure. You're saying
Yeah.
where he goes to hang out, where he
Yeah.
gets the crystals and you put him in and find
Yeah,
out about
yeah,
where.
yeah.
Okay.
Man, I can't find. There's just a bunch of funny like Zod. Just like he's so cocky too. I like that Zod. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. It's funny how they made Superman's dad look too. In here, let me show
Yeah, and
you.
the white robe, the long robe. I think his mom wore it too.
Okay, let's see.
What?
Where,
And Christopher
here
Reeves
he
look-
comes. Wait, let me do it with the music, the
Okay.
sound, so you can hear it.
Listen carefully, my son, or we shall never speak again. If you
Who's
hear me
40?
now, then you have made use of the only means left to you, the crystal source through which our communication was begun.
Looks like his head
The
just
circle is
floating.
now complete. You have made a dreadful mistake, Kal-El.
So that's when he got rid of his
You did
powers.
this of your own free will, in spite of all I could say to dissuade you. Now you've returned to
Wanted
me
to
for
follow
one
Lois
last
Lane.
chance to redeem yourself. This too. Finally, I've anticipated my son.
This is long, dude. He's 3 minutes. He's talking.
Well, it's serious, man. Superman is bleeding. He got beat up at a bar.
Yeah, that redneck beat him up.
Remember me, my son.
I mean, that's actually pretty good. I mean, I remember him getting beat up. He's trying to defend Lois.
Oh yeah,
Lane.
that
He's
part's
like,
great.
Hey,
dude.
man. The guy's like, shut up, punk. Like, oh,
Yeah, he throws him.
I don't have the ability to fight. Right? Like, I never knew how to fight. I was just stronger than everybody else. Like, yo, you might want to go take a karate class. Something just to get the hand up. Like, to block
We
those
find out when he
punches.
gets yeah, does he
Like, you may want to learn how to just block a punch. Or not give up your superpowers for a woman, bro. Maybe you should find a way to bring her along. Like, get her some powers, man. Or if he gave up his powers strictly to have sex because she might not be able to handle that level of force.
Well, yeah, remember there was a
You got to go find another woman
hold
who
on,
can handle that.
yeah,
Like, I
no,
need
here so it's great. Kevin Smith kind of brought that up in Mallrats with Jason Lee. Yeah, it was Stan Lee. Like that's what's cool too. Is like he had Stan Lee like before anybody, you know?
Mhm.
All right, so here, I'll show you this real quick. This is the scene about the baby.
Okay.
I kind of wanted to, and then we'll end with that Superman. You remember Mallrats, right? Or is that too
if you
white?
stare at this poster for a few seconds, a hidden picture appears.
Can we redo it, please? Please.
Oh, right, go ahead. But hurry,
Remember
Easter
Magic
Bunny's
Eye?
waiting.
Wow, it's a schooner.
You dumb bastard. It's not a schooner, it's a sailboat.
A schooner is a sailboat, stupid head.
You know what? There is no Easter Bunny! Over there, that's just a guy in a suit!
All right, here comes the
they're
Superman
engaged.
baby part.
Doesn't
Why
matter.
didn't the
It can't
teacher
happen.
protect those children?
not?
Hey, it's
He called
Out
the
of the
kids
mall.
a stupid. He called the kids a stupid bastard in front of the teacher, and she just stood there. And another little kid had to defend himself. Dude, this movie is super white, which is not
Have you
something I would
seen it?
normally say. But I didn't watch Mallrats. I know.
no, this
I
would
remember
be-
when it came out.
This would be a good black movie, white movie thing should do our segment.
Yes, because I'm gonna tell you right now. I remember when Mallrats came out, and everyone was like, not everyone, but all the white kids were like, "Oh, dude, this movie is great," and I was like, I mean, I wasn't mad about it. I just wasn't like, it wasn't on my radar to watch this one and the other one, the first one that they made, that
Clerks.
the second one, Clerks. They love fucking
Clerks is good though, man. He did Clerks on a $20,000 credit card.
Yeah, Clerks is
Living.
good too. Clerks is different. I mean,
It's
it doesn't
different,
make
yeah,
sense.
especially at the time.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, here's the so this guy with Jason Lee, I forget his name, is TS in the movie, but he's a terrible actor. But Jason Lee kind of saves this movie. But this Superman is pretty funny.
It's bound to come up. It's impossible. Lois could never have Superman's baby. Do you think her fallopian tubes could handle his sperm? I guarantee he blows a load like a shotgun right through her back. What about her wound? Do you think it's strong enough to carry his child?
Sure, why not?
He's an alien, for Christ's sake. His Kryptonian biological makeup is enhanced by Earth's yellow sun. If Lois gets a tan, the kid could kick right through her stomach. Only someone like Wonder Woman has a strong enough uterus to carry his kid. The only way he could bang regular chicks is with a kryptonite condom. That would kill him.
How's it I go from the verge of hot Floridian sex with Brandy to man of still coital debates with you in the food court?
Kyrgyzstan is not part of the food court.
Well, of course it is.
Oh, anyway, that's the Superman argument.
Hey, he's right. If he has an orgasm, he's gonna blow a hole in the back like a shotgun blast. I mean, and that Lois Lane was not gonna be able to handle that, right? Like, she was too small for all that. So he can't even really get going, right? He can't even really get going.
No, I can't even start.
Oh boy, it's Mr. Wonderful.
Oh, it's Mr. Wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, so these two are in there.
Steak and eggs, Annie. Don't
Lord,
worry,
my
get some
goat.
coffee.
Yeah, coming right up.
I'm sorry, that seat's taken.
It is now, sweetheart. I'll buy you something to eat.
Here comes Clark Kent.
Excuse me, sir. I think you're sitting in my seat.
Your seat's in there, Four Eyes.
Ooh, got him with the 4 eyes.
Oh boy.
Gee, I think perhaps somebody ought to teach you some manners, sir.
Oh boy.
Yeah? Well, let me know when he comes in.
Look, Clark, we can just...
Honey? Excuse me, sir. Would you care to step outside?
Clark.
I said, excuse me, sir. Would you care to step outside?
Now listen, Rocky, your steak's coming right up.
Rocky.
Keep it on the flame, Ron. This is just a minute steak. Up to you.
Clark.
Oh. I like there's that glass just standing there. What's that glass doing there?
You all right, fella?
He's gonna be fine. Just give me that. Clark?
Blood. My blood. I think maybe we ought to hire a bodyguard from now on.
I don't want a bodyguard. I want the man I fell in love with.
I know that, Lois. But I wish you were here.
He goes for more.
Boy, you just don't have enough sense to stay down, do you?
He's beating his ass. You're like, you look out here, bro.
I don't like your meat anyway.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
All right, so then he comes back though, and I love that.
Yes, he comes
Superman.
back at the end.
He's
right?
petty.
After he gets
He's
his
like,
powers.
"Yo, you gonna beat me up? I'm
Yeah.
coming back and kick your ass."
Yeah. Hold on, you gotta show this part. All right.
Ready?
Excuse me, sir. I think you're sitting in my favorite seat.
Well, come and get it, Four Eyes.
Ooh, hit him again with the 4 eyes.
Now, cool it, Rocky. Take it easy, will you? I just had this joint fixed. It cost me a fortune.
There's that glass just standing back there.
Here it comes. As a kid,
and then he spins him around on that thing.
I love that the chair goes that high.
Yeah, he doesn't throw him through the bar. Yeah, the bar. To go.
This order's to go. I'm terribly sorry about all the damage, sir. Well, I've been working out.
I mean, I like Reeves too. He was really
you make a good case because these are some iconic scenes, right?
Yeah,
like
man.
Those are pretty good.
And
you love the
thing.
fact. Well, you love the fact that he redeems himself. Like he goes back
Right.
and he redeems himself.
And like,
so.
I'll just say it like this: like, okay, those are the movies that had impact, a lot of that, and then there's been a lot of good ones, but I just feel nothing's had that such an impact. Where Batman was so big for us, like '89, Tim Burton Batman was so cool, like Tim Burton Batman. But then Christopher Nolan trumped it, and you're like, ooh, okay, yeah, no, this is even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey
So
man,
that's
Batman
how I kind of
Begins,
feel.
Batman Returns, The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight, yeah, Dark Knight is the best.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So
so it's kind of interesting.
I mean, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and then
Dark
Batman
Knight
Returns.
Rises.
And Dark Knight Rises. Okay.
So
yeah, I mean okay, so even then, in that situation, there's that little part of me that's like, hit him just one time. Don't hit him hard.
he'd kill him.
Just exactly. So I guess I just gotta accept the fact that he hits him and he's like, oh. That dude held his hand the whole time. He hit him one time. He was like, oh.
Yeah. And why punch him when you could spin him, hundreds of times on a bar stool? I mean,
I'm just saying, just give him one of these.
So he threw him into
he messed up the gum. He messed up the pinball machine.
He broke some. What if there's some kid who wanted to play? I like how that guy, when he's sliding down the bar, though, he moves his food.
No, I think you make a good point. I think Superman 2, the original, that I mean, I like the other one because I thought it really challenged Superman in a way that we had never seen before.
Right. No, it wasn't bad, but I'm just saying best.
It's funny, man, because I say the number one thing in movies that you can't measure is love. Love is always that thing that makes people completely superhuman or, a pile of mush, right? It makes people do things that they've never done before, and it makes them do things that they've done a million times not be able to do, right? It's the one thing in all storylines that's insurmountable. The lengths that people will go for love. Right. Superman gave up his power, right? Because he wanted to have love. But then getting his ass kicked and not being able to save the world was enough to make him be like, all right.
Yeah, forget that.
Yeah, I gotta go back and get this shit back, man.
I mean, if you was played it right in Superman 2, he should have tried to hook up with the female Zod character, because then, then he wouldn't have had to change his power. He wouldn't have to get rid of his powers for her.
Dude, she was toxic, bro.
Yeah, she was toxic.
Yeah, look who she was running with, right? You can't hang out with that chick.
That guy was a mute.
Yeah, exactly. You can't hang out with the chick who hangs out with those dudes. Look, I'm gonna say this now because I said this.
But look, I say this all the time. Only girl he could hook up with on the entire planet.
Yeah, but she wasn't trying to have him. He was too nice.
That's true. She was into Zod more.
She was into Zod, bro. So this is what I want to say to anybody who's listening or watching, and you have a kid, or even it could be a friend or an acquaintance or somebody you're interested. I don't care who it is. If you want to know who they are on some level, look at their friends. Look at who they hang out with, right? Straight up. If you think, oh no, if you're a woman, you're like, oh no, he's a really nice guy, he's a great guy, but then all of his friends are deadbeats, all of his friends are losers, none of his friends have jobs, right? None of them are educated or smart, they haven't done shit, ain't been nowhere, and he hangs out with them. I'm telling you now, 9 times out of 10, he's the same motherfucker that they are. Okay. And same thing, guys. If you hang out with a chick and she's like, well, I got my stuff together. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And all her friends are like gold digging hoes, is living off of whoever else and ain't doing shit, ain't been nowhere, ain't got shit, don't want to do shit, don't want to be shit. And your chick hang out with them motherfuckers, your chick probably one of them too. Right. So I'm just saying.
Well, speaking of
So,
friends and acquaintances, as we wrap up this shindig, your friend or acquaintance was in the paper this week, dude, and was wondering if you had any lowdown on Mahershala in the new Jurassic World movie.
oh yeah, I mean
And
they're wrapping up in London right now.
there's the picture of him,
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
and this looks like he's gonna get killed.
Well, I'm not gonna say I don't know. I'm not saying anything. I'm not
No,
saying
right.
anything.
No,
All
I
I
feel
know,
you. But he
yeah.
looks really scared of this shot, and that's looks
Well,
like a dinosaur's about to eat him.
that's a good actor then. That's a good actor. If he looks scared and he looks like he's about to get eaten, then mission accomplished. As far as an actor who's in a movie called Jurassic World Rebirth, I hope he looks scared because they're supposed to be dinosaurs. Um, so yeah, man, he's wrapping up Jurassic World Rebirth. It's taking him on a nice journey. They went from Thailand to Malta to wrap in
Damn.
London. It's also starring Scarlett Johansson. And
It doesn't
after
come out to
this,
what, next year or 2 years? I can't
it comes out
remember.
July of next year, I think, July 2025.
Oh,
And then
really?
after this, he has another movie lined up. He's doing 77 Blackout, which is a thriller with Tom Hardy that takes place
Uh,
in New York. And that one's out too. I can talk about that one because that one's out. But I mean, it's not out yet, but I'm talking about the information
the
about the
info.
movie is out.
This I know you don't like to talk about Blade, but does that come out next year or when does that come out?
Uh,
They don't know
I
yet, as it
I'm
hasn't been
not
set.
yeah, I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
I
I don't
just
know
I didn't know
anything.
like Jurassic Park was coming out first. I didn't realize they were
Yeah,
doing it that
Jurassic
quick.
Park, the way it, well, yeah, Jurassic Park is coming out first.
Okay, I like those dinosaur movies.
Yeah, I do too. And this is kind of this is a rebooting to some degree,
Well,
right?
I saw it takes place a few years after the last one, which
Yes. Yeah. And they
and
went and got the
I
original writer, the guy who wrote, I want to say the first three Jurassic Parks or the first two
oh
Jurassic
right, the
Park
first
movies.
two. I
The
saw
first
that.
two.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so yeah. So yeah, man, it's I'm excited because I can't say this, and he and I have talked about this. The thing that's interesting about this is that this is a franchise and a big blockbuster type movie, right? As far as the CGI and the history of this story, like it's a franchise, right? It's a part.
Mhm.
Jurassic Park is a part of, like, it's a not
There's already
Jurassic Park.
been six of them.
Yeah, so not Jurassic Park because there's Jurassic Park and then there's Jurassic World, right?
Right.
So, um, and he traditionally kind of, he kind of gravitates toward smaller budget films with,
Like Hunger
serious
Games.
storylines. Like, well, no, that was early, but he wasn't a
Predators.
lead in that. Yeah,
No, you're right. I see what you're saying.
but yeah, like, you look at Green Book or you look at Moonlight, um, and then
The
he
Oscar
he
winners.
did Kicks and
Here's
um
the thing, I read this about it.
and Hidden Figures. He was in Hidden Figures, which was not a blockbuster movie, like a huge
Uh,
blockbuster. Yeah.
um they said there's less dinosaurs now. Like the third one, I don't remember. I remember trying to like it and I just didn't. And I thought it'd be cool with dinosaurs everywhere. And now this one, there's supposed to be less dinosaurs, so I don't understand.
Well, this one, it sounds like there's more about the dinosaurs have kind of wrecked the ecosystem. And
Okay.
there's there's always somebody who's in play that's trying to collect
Yeah,
take advantage or take some DNA or trying to recreate or build or something. But from what I hear, I hear this story is supposed to be really good. It's a
Did
really good
you
story.
like the new ones with Chris Pratt?
Uh, for me and Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies, they're always just fun, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't go into those expecting anything that's going to be life altering or something that's going to change my life in a certain way. They're just purely entertaining. It's like watching
Except the first one. That first one
the
was.
first one was really good. First one was really good.
And then at
But
the time, we never saw anything like that.
exactly. So that's,
And then
but
I
for
thought the
me,
second, everyone was into the second. I thought it was kind of corny. It was
yeah, the second one was
okay.
okay. It
But
was
then
okay.
when his daughter's doing gymnastics and knocking velociraptors over with her feet, that shit's kind of corny. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Um, those movies for me are just purely entertainment. They're just fun. It's fluff, right? It's like watching King Kong and Godzilla or something, right? Like,
Right.
you
I
know,
agree.
yeah.
I agree
So
with that.
so those movies for me, they're just entertaining and it's fun. So I always enjoy them. I don't go into them or come out of them thinking, man, that wasn't great. The dinosaurs didn't even look real, or the CGI was off. Like I know guys like that. I know guys like that. Where I'm like, yo,
Yeah,
man,
no, I get that.
yeah, it's just fun. Same
I
thing with
will
the
say
superhero
though,
movies.
like I thought the original, of course, is great. The second one was okay. The second one was okay because they had the two T-Rexes, and that part
Mhm.
was really cool.
Yeah.
Uh, the third one was terrible. The Jurassic World I thought was great. That would probably be my second favorite after the original. And then the second one was terrible in the Chris Pratt one. I hated that one where they were having the auction of all the dinosaurs. And it was a horror director, so the Velociraptor was like a horror. It was
Oh,
terrible.
see, I never saw that one.
That was the second one. Yeah. It was the beginning, it was sad because all the anyway, the whole island falls
Well,
apart.
so
And then the third one was crazy.
okay, so this is where you and I probably part ways, is because there comes a point for me where like I just kind of age out of those movies, right? Like I'm no longer the target demographic. That's why I end
Right.
up not watching them because I'm kind of like, these movies are designed for the 18 to like 30-year-old, right? Like that
Yeah, but it's still
demographic.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, but once you've seen Jurassic Park 1, Jurassic Park 2, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic
Right.
World 2, right? It's like how many now look, the Allosaurus, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Brachiosaurus, the Triceratops, the Velociraptor, like, and then the Pterodon. Once we've kind of seen them and we've seen the Megalodon, what else are we looking for?
Right,
You
right,
know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Right. Like, but in this case, I hear that this story is really good. Right. I hear this story and I'm gonna go see it. I mean,
Inside
come on, it's my
source.
guy. It's my guy. I'm gonna go see it.
You know what's interesting? The T-Rex, it's only been found
Like
in
once in Colorado or something, right?
no, well, and there's multiple ones found, but only in the Northwest. So like Montana, South Dakota, and a little bit in Canada.
Okay.
And
So
that's
yeah,
it. It's just so interesting, like because you have this idea of like dinosaurs ruled the earth and the
right.
planet, and then they were just in a couple states. So if we could have lived here and never saw a T-Rex
Yeah, easily.
during
Well,
dinosaur
and look,
times, it'd be like,
I
yeah, no,
mean,
no,
was the world a Pangea at that point?
no,
It
that was
wasn't.
way before, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. So they were
I
isolated.
think, right? When was
I don't know, man. Look, the
Pangea? Oh yeah,
dinosaurs.
between 299 million years ago to 180 million years ago. And the dinosaurs went away 65 million years ago. So yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
Pangea and up.
Okay. Okay.
But
Um,
yeah,
yeah,
so
so
whatever, we'll see.
so yeah, I'm excited about Jurassic World Rebirth. Seeing him on a big screen, playing some
Does this
dinosaurs.
girl make a return?
Oh yeah.
Kelly, no! They gotta show her that. Get her.
Nice. That's what I'm
You
talking
know,
about.
in reality, she probably hit it and it wouldn't even move. You just look at her and be like, what?
Whatever. All I know is that a little black girl just kicked a dinosaur through a window. Okay. On the parallel bars. What?
Parallel bars.
On the
Hey, so when we
parallel
build this
bars.
shack in Jurassic Park, we should
Yes.
put a couple parallel bars up on the top
Yes.
of the shack. You never know when
Yes.
you'll need those.
You never know. You never know when you got Simone Biles, not Simone Biles, but whoever is just out doing
Jeff
the thing.
Goldblum's Simone Biles' daughter going
Yeah,
in there
exactly.
handling
So
it.
I was just happy to see a little black girl kicking butt, kicking dinosaur butt. That's it. Let's go. That's enough for me.
All right, Reggie, wrap us up, dude.
All right, man. Well, today's episode's been all over the place. Oh, by the way, I just got to throw this out there because there have been some political stuff. I didn't see the interview last night, so I'm gonna watch it today. But the interview with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, and I did see the clip where the reporter or the journalist asked Kamala about Donald Trump or Donald. I hate saying his last name, but Donald. And she said, well, last month he insinuated and made a comment about, you not being black or that you were Indian and this, that, and the other. And she goes, and I understand that you've never met him. You've never interacted with him at all. And she goes, no, I've never interacted with him. So for him to say, well, when I knew her, she was Indian, and then she turned, and then one day she just decided to be black. She just turned black. When he makes it sound like she was like, hello there, my name is so-and-so. And then she's like, what's up, motherfuckers? Right? Like she just turned black. Like, what? Shut your dumb ass up.
He's so stupid.
He's so
stupid.
stupid.
He even gets in trouble going to the cemetery in Arlington, and they're like, I saw him like, oh, I didn't know. And like, oh, it's federal law. You should know. Oh, it wasn't trying to be a campaign. It is. You're filming the campaign. You're doing a little TikTok video. It's so pathetic.
It's so pathetic. It's like this dude. I was like, the disgrace, right? And it just goes to show that was not about a solemn moment of appreciation and gratitude for those who have lost their lives and given their lives for this country. That for him was a photo op.
Yeah, in his terms, those people are losers. His own words.
So the reporter asked Kamala, what did she think about that? And Kamala was like, it's just, it's the same old playbook. Next question, please. Which I thought was great because it's like, I'm not going to sit here and defend
this ignorance. Yeah.
Yeah, entertain. What am I going to say? Well, my mom is in it and my dad is Jamaican. And so I'm Indian culture and Jamaican. Like, no, a black culture. No. It's like I'm not defending that. I'm not going to that level. So yeah, damn that. So good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. So yeah. All right. So shout out to her for being a true, real one and not trying to defend your blackness. That's the last thing you ever try to do. You ever ask white people to defend their whiteness? Well, yeah, I like mayonnaise and I put raisins in my coleslaw. Right?
That's funny. Like that's a white thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that's the question. It's like you want to ask her to defend her blackness, right? Because maybe she's not black enough, whatever that means. The same bullshit they try to do with Barack. Then how about this? Won't you defend your whiteness? Well, my ancestors are from Germany and Austria, so that means you're an immigrant. You're from another country, right? Like you ain't even from America, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, what makes you white, Donald? I'm questioning your whiteness. He's like, I got a spray tan. I don't know what else makes you white. So he's dumb. But all right. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We talked about a lot of stuff: cigarettes and vaping and superheroes and Superman and Iron Man and Doom and doing a little politics at the end and Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, and the whole shebang, man. So we're going to keep doing it. So the best thing you can do for us if you enjoyed today's episode is to like, share, and subscribe. And please leave a comment. If there's any ideas of things that you'd like for us to discuss, then please feel free to put that in the comments and let us know, and we'll check it out. With that being said, that's Sal Kalani. I'm Reggie Steele, and this is Spitballin. Peace.
Dude.
Okay.
Well, I had to jump in real quick and share this. Reggie got shit on a comment on our TikTok.
Damn, shit on. I don't know.
Well, I did that Michelle Obama thing, which was funny, man. I never know what people like, and everybody liked that video, and everybody watched that video, and it did okay on the TikTok here. But somebody commented because you didn't watch it, and I was busting your balls about it, and you can watch it on the ferry. And this guy wrote, "This fool making excuses is just sad. Feels like a closet Trump supporter."
Hilarious. Really? Because I didn't see it all of a sudden now. Because I didn't watch.
That's from Iowa Lockeye.
That's funny. Because I didn't see the speech now. I'm a closeted Trump. Yeah. Oh my God. That's ridiculous.
So I just had to throw that in, Reg.
Yeah. So to Iowa Hawkeye or Iowa Hawkeye?
No, it was opposite. It was I don't know what the fuck is your name, buddy. It is Iowa Lockeye with an L.
Iowa Lockeye. I can say to you, I'm not a closeted Trump supporter. That's not my bag, bro. If yeah, I was busy, dog. I still support 100%. 100%. I still support. I'm not that dude, that other guy, Donald. That guy is a clown, bro. He is a clown. He needs to work for Barnum and Bailey Circus. All right. So thanks for leaving a comment, though. We appreciate you watching the clip. Keep watching.